Hey guys, I'm Joe. Thanks for joining me. I just got crushed by Eldrazi and Taxis. A deck is really hard to beat. Kira can help a lot, but we've only got two of those guys after sideboarding. Let's hope things go a little bit better in the second round. This is a nice opening hand. I'll happily keep this, especially on the play. Opponent keeps as well. I'll open with Island and just pass. No one drops. Alright, this is the third Affinity we've seen this afternoon. Actually, this is the same guy. Just played against this guy. He keeps pretty poor opening hands. So I'm happy to have Echoing Truth in the matchup. Also happy to have Vapor Snag in the matchup. Definitely playing out Silvergill here. Revealing Silvergill. Okay, so we're a little backed up on lands. We just drew through a Cursecatcher, so hopefully there's a land on the top of the deck. Cranial Plating with the mana to equip it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Signal Pest. Should put on this guy. Okay. Swinging for some damage. Kind of weird. Okay, I guess I could have blocked this thing. So nothing I can really do about that. I'd really love to hit a land here to open up my options. Waiting for the opponent to let me go to my draw step. If we don't draw a land, I don't know. We're getting hit, but not for too much, and it's just on a stupid Signal Pest. It's not like a Vault Scourge or something. Okay, there's that land. Very nice. So I can play a Silvergill, leave up Vapor Snag. Actually, he'd probably want to trade with the Memnite, though that would reduce the amount of damage that I'm taking. From this guy because of the Affinity thing. We can reveal the Master of the Pearl Trident. Don't want to let him know that there's a Cursecatcher in our hand just because it shows that we're not playing it. So we revealed this thing. Let's keep him over here. And then I'm not going to let this guy hold me up. Going to attack. If he wants to trade, that's fine. Doesn't like it. Takes 2. Feeling good about it. Inkmoth Nexus. It is kind of cheating how MTGO shows the power of Signal Pest. Steel Overseer. Okay, this is getting a little bit grosser here. Activating Blinkmoth Nexus. Yeah. Beginning combat. So we could block the Memnite if we want. I don't think it's time for that. I think we're just going to Vapor Snag the Signal Pest. Okay. Oh, I should have... I'm sorry, guys. That was a stupid mistake by me. I should have done it at the beginning of combat. They got the trigger from Signal Pest, and now I'm taking more damage. Very stupid on my part. Just lost 2 life for no reason. That's frustrating. Why would I do that? I could very easily lose this game because of that mistake. Hoping to draw a blue source here so I can play a Lord and then hold up Echoing Truth. So I should be at 13 right now. Anyhow, live and learn. I need to stay focused going into combat. The guy's at 17. I can play out a Lord and swing for 6. He goes to 11. Am I dead next turn to cranial plating? I think I'm not. He can make everything bigger, but he's just kind of a little bit backed up. Right, he needs to equip. He also needs to activate these things if he wants them to be artifacts. And count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 7, 7. I mean, we need to get something going on too, right? So I can... If we swing for 6, opponent taps out, manages to barely not kill me. Next turn, I play another Lord, be able to swing for 10 plus Mutavault, which would be 4 more. That's 14. So we could potentially kill him if we play the 2 Lords and he just taps out and we don't die. Yeah, we're just backed up on mana this game. No AEther Vial. I should be at 13. I should be at a more comfortable life total. But I fell asleep during his beginning of combat. Another land. So there's an Etched Champion. Can block something. Opponent, what's happening here? Activating a Blinkmoth Nexus. Oh, he tapped the Etched Champion. Okay, so hold on. This guy's 9. Am I gonna have to block with my Lord right here? That's terrible. I hate Affinity so much. Alright, this is ridiculous. I could have attacked maybe just with 1. He'd still be at 14. I could block with a Silvergill. Next turn I play a Lord. I don't think I could do 14 anyway. Alright, no use Crying over Spilled Milk. Let's block. Don't think I can do 11 next turn. And I don't think I can avoid taking 1. Land is exactly what I wanted. Oh, well, he's got Etched Champion, so if I don't win this turn, I lose. So I can swing for 9. But that's about it. I could block with Mutavault. Can't block in the air though. I can't target a land with Echoing Truth. That's a drawback. I don't think I'm drawing live here, guys. I can block the Etched Champion. I can chump other stuff. Let's just hope he misplays. I'm going to play out a Lord, leave up Echoing Truth. I can only block 1 thing anyway on the ground, so I'm going to swing with 1 Cursecatcher. Sorry, well, I'm looking at Cursecatcher with 1 Silvergill. I can't block anything else anyway on the ground, so we'll attack with 1. Say okay. Hope he just goes all in on Etch Champion and just thinks he has it. I'll chump with the Mutavault. Next turn we can attack with Island Walk. Well, okay, what's happening here? I was activating that in the air. It's a 2-2. Playing a Signal Pest. Maybe he'll just attack with the Etch Champion, though. Echoing Truth and more mana would be decent if I could target lands. Springleaf Drum. In combat. This guy's not the savviest opponent, so I like to make him actually play it out. Okay, so we lost the first game. It was pretty close. We almost got there. Got backed up on lands for a turn, I think. Kira in. These 4 things in. These 4 things out. And 1 Reejerey out. Leave in the bounce spells and just lower the curve. Gonna get some water while I wait for this guy. Alright, so let's go AEther Vial and Hurkyl's Recall in the opening hand with a land. Well, there's the Hurkyl's Recall, and we have a bounce spell with Harbinger, so this is an easy keep. Even though it's a little land heavy. I think this is the guy that I Hurkyl's Recalled against, and he was F6ing, so even though he had a Mox Opal that could have saved his Glimmer Void, he got it blown up because he hit F6. So it looks like he kept again. He never mulligans. I think is actually good for me. And he also, if this is the same guy that I'm thinking of, he played a million things pre-combat when he had lethal on the board. I was just able to hit him so much harder with Hurkyl's Recall. Okay, Vault Scourge. Doesn't even have to pay life for it. That was a nice draw, but just a little bit slow. I think we have to play it, though. It's kind of annoying. Only because we've got time with Hurkyl's Recall, AEther Vial is going to be useful. In the long run. Hopefully he doesn't have cranial plating on his turn, but no reason to think he doesn't have it. Okay, Steel Overseer is super slow. Hurkyl's Recall is great against it because all of the stupid +1 counters get bounced. Guy's gonna swing at me for 2 here. It probably, to be fair, probably takes a lot of experience to learn what kind of hands you should mulligan with Affinity, especially in certain matchups. We're gonna say yield to this, and we are going to use it. Wait, okay, so we used it. Sorry, I thought I missed something there. I guess we might attack with Mutavault next turn, so I can play that. We're not going to use Hurkyl's yet, so I think just the Harbinger bouncing the Vault Scourge just saves some life loss. Sorry, life gain by the opponent and life loss on our side. Yes. And I think that's it for now. Mountain. Etch Champion. Still not really particularly afraid since I've got the Hurkyl's Recall. Another Opal. Oh no, sorry, yeah, another Opal. Okay, paying life for Vault Scourge. Okay, looks like he's going to swing for 3 this turn. Do want to use AEther Vial's ability. Another Harbinger. This is all pretty crazy. We can bounce Steel Overseer, bounce Vault Scourge, sit back and take some beats with Etched Champion, and then cast... He's on 0 cards. We can't really attack profitably this turn because of the Etched Champion, unless I use Hurkyl's Recall now, which would be pretty good because the Glimmer Void would die. I don't know. I could attack with the Mutavault, see if he wants to block it with the Etched Champion. Kill the Etched Champion by bringing in Master of the Pearl Trident. That seems decent. At the same time, I feel like we might not even care about Etched Champion here. Alright, I'm not going to draw any cards, so I can play out the Cavern. So, since he's going to use Springleaf Drum next turn, I can save one of the Harbingers. I'm going to use... I think I'm going to use Hurkyl's Recall now and attack. I can cast a Lord. Okay, then we'll play out the Lord. When he uses Springleaf Drum next turn, we can play a Harbinger and bounce one of his guys. Let's go to combat. He might be smart and used Etched Champion to tap with Springleaf Drum. We did get to kill his Glimmer Void, which is significant, but I'm not sure if my sequencing was optimal there. If he uses Ornithopter for Springleaf Drum, then that's also pretty smart. Thoughtseizing me. That's fine. Doesn't seem like the time for Thoughtseize. That must have been the card that he drew for the turn. Steel Overseer. That's just a 1/1. So we're going to wait till the end step and then bounce that Ornithopter. So we can't recast it right away. Alright, so now it's just about top decks, really. Spreading Seas is okay, I guess. We can turn off this thing. Wanderwine Hub is not amazing. Would have preferred a Lord. We can activate this. and attack. Island Walk is pretty nice. It's not lethal. It's pretty close. So he's got a 1/1 right now. Alright, so we won that one. I think the plan stays the same. Just hope for good hands. So I've played Affinity twice today, and I've beaten Affinity twice today. We've got a lot of bounce effects in the deck. After sideboarding, we've got Vapor Snag, Echoing Truth, 4 Hurkyl's Recalls, that's 7, plus 4 Harbingers is 11. So what's the optimal hand? Mutavault, Island, Silvergill, AEther Vial, Hurkyl's Recall, Vapor Snag, Lord? This is close enough. The opponent finally mulliganed. He keeps his 6 and put a card on the bottom. Alright guys, 2 Hurkyl's Recalls makes me feel pretty decent. Especially with this nice slow opening that we're seeing here. Cranial Plating with no creatures. I can dig it. Give me a Silvergill here. Land is not amazing. I think I might play out the Harbinger just to stay on curve here. If he's going to activate an Inkmoth and try to equip it with Cranial Plating and swing for like 3 or something, we'll have mana. We'll be able to interact with that. Although, to be fair, he's probably going to do it next turn, right? And we can set them back so much by bouncing like a man land and a Cranial Plating. Keep the Harbinger in hand. And just swing for the one with Cursecatcher this turn. I think that's probably better. This guy loves overextending, so have at it, my friend. Mox Opal doesn't even have Metalcraft right now. It's Champion. Equipping Cranial Plating. Doesn't have a lot of artifacts. It's a slow clock. We can take a hit from it. Keep a Hurkyl's in hand, or use our mana now and keep up the other one. Play out Reejerey. We might be able to get him to activate his manlands next turn and bounce those. Two, 3, 4. I think we can afford to use one of these now. Sets him back quite a lot. Well, does it? He'll just be able to play everything out next turn. I think I'm gonna wait. Cursecatcher is interesting because I get to play a creature and leave up Hurkyl's Recall. It's super slow, but I think I like it. I can't attack into this thing, so Cranial Plating is going to encourage him to play out a million artifacts now, if he has them in hand. Girapor, he gets to tap 2 untapped artifacts he controls. I think it's time to bounce everything now. We don't even want him to let him tap Cranial Plating and Mox Opal to kill one of my Cursecatchers. This is going to resolve. If he tries to Thoughtseize me, I think I'm going to... oh, he has another... Oh, the Mox Opal comes back out. So that's pretty smart. I'd probably sack both Cursecatchers to counter a Thoughtseize here. Oh, he just killed his floating mana. He could have replayed Cranial Plating. Jeez. So it's time to play out a Lord to make Aether Grid less effective. Make it more difficult for him to kill my creatures. Also open up tapping effects to get Harbinger going better. I mean, he's only got access to 4 mana next turn. He can probably kill a bunch of my stuff. Girapor is a pretty gross card, actually. Good on him for having it in the sideboard. This thing might make it difficult for me. We know he has a couple of artifacts in hand that he can play out. Although if he's just got Etched Champion and Cranial Plating, well, let's see. Whip Flare is going to get to resolve here, unfortunately. This is becoming quite a battle. Oh, I countered it. I guess that was me getting lucky with the stack in Magic Online. I get to play out my second Lord now, though, and get around future Whip Flares. That was stupid. I shouldn't have been able to do that. So now it's Reejerey, play Reejerey, and I think just attack with Mutavault and Reejerey. Oh, no, hey. Thank you for the warning. Do we want to tap anything or untap anything? Can tap his Opal, I guess. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Opponent's going to take 7 here. And we've got lethal on board. He's got no artifacts. He's going to have to tap 6 artifacts to kill one of these things. Got another Hurkyl's Recall in hand. That's not going to do anything. That's not going to do anything. That's not going to do anything. Cranial plating. That's not going to do anything. So you have to tap 2 artifacts and deals 1 damage to something. Yeah, I've got a creature to tap his Arcbound Ravager. He's pretty much toast. Got a couple of creatures to tap down his Arcbound Ravager. Or we can just Hurkyl's Recall, right? I think I'm going to play the Lord, though. It gets there on its own, and I can leave out mana for Hurkyl's Recall on the opponent's turn. Oh, we've got multiple Reejerey triggers as well, so we can untap a land. All right, so we got there. All right, 3rd win against Affinity today. We're 1-1 right now after losing the first round. So let me know your guys' thoughts on the matchup. I mean, you don't need to let me know your thoughts on the matchup. The matchup is pretty terrible. On this particular match, if I could have played anything a little bit better. And I'll see you guys in round 3. Thanks a lot. Bye.